there was a city paper article that did come out that talked about you, and it wasn't the friendliest article in the world, and I guess for all intents and purposes it got a little personal. You know, what's your take or your side of the story in terms of like, you know, that article? You know, like what do you have to say about that? You know, it's a pretty.
I guess it would be quite a bit. Obviously, you know, in journalism, a lot of things, you know, tend to get taken out, you know, sectionally or
sensational,
or out of context or whatever. So I mean, I feel like they kind of handpicked a few things that I said to them and made a big deal. I still really, I guess maybe I'm not quite as smart as them or something, but I still don't really know what they were exactly saying. I'm not exactly sure what the...
That's hard to tell sometimes.
Yeah, I didn't exactly know what they were saying I was, or wasn't, or might have been, or could be.
Well, there's like the levels of irony and like, you know, and like trying to like read between that sometimes.
Yeah.
You know, like guys that review bands, like, yeah, I can't even tell if they like the music sometimes. Not for the city paper, but just in general, for journalism.
I mean, did you read all of those articles yourself?
I read a couple of them, yes. I did.
I mean, what did you think that they were?
I kind of thought that they took something that didn't have to be personal and made it personal. I mean, that's just my opinion. And I think they took it someplace that it didn't have to go.
Right.
I mean, and those types of things don't have to get ugly, you know. And I think sometimes, for the purpose of sensationalizing and to get readers, sometimes that happens. I don't know if it was the case with this, but yeah. Well, for all intents and purposes, I think you guys let go of the feud now. Is everything cool?
I mean, in the capacity of like, I think they're the same piece of shit paper they've always been. I mean, I just look at.
We got the astrology stuff. Good astrology.
I just take a look at like, you know, their paper as a whole and like what kind of effect they're having on the city that you know I grew up in.
Yeah.
And overall, you know, I gotta say that it doesn't look like they do a whole lot of good. It seems like they just kind of stir up stuff. And I, you know, I guess I do understand that newspapers are there to report what other people do in some capacity, you know. But it seems like they would, you know, have a little more care with the people that give them like routine context. I mean, for Christ's sakes, it's like all, you know, it's all the places that they've ever said anything that might get you in trouble or something like that. I mean, they are the people that give this paper something to write about, you know, I mean, something to have a critic's pick of, you know, like what, you know, these 5 things.
Like I'm like the Brad Pitt of the city paper. This is like Access Hollywood. They're always stuff. No, I'm just joking. They don't mention me.
So yeah.
They don't even advertise the show. So it's like whoever came in. Thanks for coming. But yes, I'm actually freelancing for them right now. But so I'm trying to pay the rent. But no. Your opinion's your opinion, and I don't. And they're totally cool with me being upset about something too. I talked to them because I was really scared. I went to the office and I'm like, I'm going to do an interview with this guy. He wrote some mean things. He's like, I didn't write it, somebody else did. And I was like, okay, because we don't even know that guy anymore. No, it's just, did I just say something bad? Oh. I'm going to need a job, so if anybody wants to hire me after the show, feel free. Okay, now, what fun things are on the agenda? Like, what cool and exciting things do you guys have coming up in the next few weeks?
I mean, we have a variety of shows. You know, I don't want to do too much of that, but you know, I encourage people to like check it out, look at what the Talking Head does. I prefer for them to find out because they want to, because they're looking.
Like an organic experience, like something that happens.
I mean, you know, I think we've been doing our thing long enough. People know where we're at. You know, they know what we're doing, and if it's interesting, they should. Check it out.
Well, now you have, and like one of the things the Talking Heads are known for, they have a star-studded employees. And I know there's Alexi Mountain, for example, works there. Does she think? What does she think about me? Does she ever talk about me? Does she think I'm cool? Because I think she's really cool. And I think Alexi Mountain boys are cool. And I always like, because I talk to her and I'm like, hey, how's it going? And she's like, it's just like, I think it's a cool person. Though, you know,
she said something that you look like this guy she's dating creeps her out.
Oh. That would explain. Well, I have a girlfriend, so I'm not even thinking about that.
Well, yeah.
But I mean, I'm just in terms of another human artist, like, who is also making art. You know, I'm just like, I feel a lot of people in Baltimore are just like, you know, you go up and talk to them, and they're too cool to talk to. But she's not like that. I think with her, I just look like a creepy ex-boyfriend. That's why.
That's probably.
This explains it, and we're going to move on because that's getting weird. Okay. Now I'm going to do a thing called, now I'm going to do a thing I call 3 cool questions. Okay, my first one is, if Billy Corrigan invited you to his house for pizza, what toppings would you choose? This is always classically a tough one. This is a classic question.
I'd say no cheese because I'm lactose intolerant.
Oh, are you vegan or just lactose?
Lactose intolerant.
Hey, what's wrong with that? Well, you know what?
Cheese is one of the most important things in my life. I love cheese.
But he's lactose intolerant.
I have no tolerance for that.
No, you can't have cheese even if you wanted to. Okay, he has a few drinks in him, so I'm sure you're used to doing this every time. Okay, well, the interview's over here, but thank you for sharing. Now, if you had to go on a business convention with Zach De La Rocha of Rage Against the Machine, would you opt to share a motel room or have your own?
I would definitely have my own.
Do you not want to hang out with Zach De La Rocha from Rage Against the Machine?
Not so.
Do you not like his politics?
Not.
He should go to Red Evans. That seems like a place he'd love. No, because like he's political, and he's actually a political dude. And I think that they're a political establishment. They're one of our sponsors too. They're probably not going to do it anymore. This is what I do every show. I lose every sponsor. But anyways.
We'll get you next time.
Yeah. Okay. So you would not want to share a motel room with Zach De La Rocha? No. Okay. Cool. Even if he got an operation, he got some boobs. Zach, can you imagine what that would look like? In a pocket full of shells. You know. Remember that song? Talk about the family with a pocket full of shells. Okay. Moving on. Here we go. Now, would you rather toast marshmallows with Peter Buck of R.E.M. or Slimer from Ghostbusters? The real Ghostbusters. Slimer, yeah. Poor Peter Buck, though. Peter Buck's if you could do it with Peter Buck and Slimer, would you do that? That would be cool. Peter Buck's a nice guy.
I wouldn't want to ruin the experience with Slimer.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, and Peter Buck's kind of a buzzkill too. He's like always getting drunk and like making fun of like pilots. He got kicked off an airplane once after it got on the ground. Okay, but I want to thank you very much for coming out. Ladies and gentlemen, McIntosh, check out the top 3 heads.